again, and welcome back to Feast in the Middle East. I'm here with Mama Vera because we have a special recipe for you today. How many times have you been in the supermarket and just walked right by the artichokes because you don't know what to do with them? But did you know they're so full of nutrition, they're really fun to eat, and you could also stuff them with amazing things like my mom does. She's gonna share a special recipe that we ate all during our childhood right here, so stick around. Mom, we love stuffed artichokes as children. When I used to come home from school and saw that simmering on the stove, I was like, oh, I felt like I won the lottery. And I was wondering, where did you get the inspiration for this recipe?
Well, believe it or not, your dad likes stuffed tripes.
Oh.
And he loves the flavor of the rice inside the tripes. And tripes are very time consuming. It's not easy to find them, you know, and who wants to do them? It's like crazy.
Too much. Yeah.
Anyway, so I was thinking of something that will mimic that flavor. And I came up with artichokes. And you know what? It does. It does mimic the taste of the stuffed tripes.
So forget stuffed tripes. My mom, it's called kershat for those of you guys in the know. Instead of making kershat, she takes the same filling and she puts them in artichokes, which is genius.
Yes, I did that.
Because when I found out what kershat or tripes was growing up, I was pretty grossed out. Even though I ate them as a kid and I liked them, as I got older,
so
I was like, oh no, I don't want to eat tripes anymore. It's okay. So artichokes are easier.
This is just, very delicious. So you're gonna love them. And like I said, this is, when you look at it, it's like, what do I do with this? This is so hard. Okay, you don't want to eat the stem. Throw away the stem.
Yeah.
The stem is unedible. Just let's throw it away.
Okay.
And then you're going to end up with something that looks like this. Now this is a flower, and it's a thorny flower.
It's very
sharp. It has
sharp.
all these sharp thorns.
Yes.
So you want to get rid of that because you don't want it to hurt. If there is one that's like doesn't look good, you want to get rid of it. I will get rid of the ones that usually at the bottom.
They're very tough anyway.
Tough, okay? And then I'm gonna go to the tips and keep cutting the tips like this, go around.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Just cut the tips and keep doing it. This one is very
tight.
That
way artichokes aren't an occupational hazard. They're not dangerous.
Yeah.
But while you're doing that, I have a couple of fun facts, okay? So the word artichoke in Arabic is artichoke. And this, originated in the Middle East. So I think artichokes are traditionally a Middle Eastern vegetable. Some guy decided that he wanted to eat this thorny vegetable. Who knows who, right?
Yeah.
Get this, Mom. Back in the day, they did not allow women to eat the artichokes because they thought it was an aphrodisiac. And so they only allowed men to eat the artichokes, which is so dumb. Because if you want the aphrodisiac to work, wouldn't you think that everyone should eat them?
Yeah, well, I know that Cleopatra was eating them constantly because
she had zero libido, so she ate a ton of artichokes.
Anyway, so we reach almost to the tip of it. We don't want to go all the way up, okay?
Okay.
So now the tip. I want to get rid of it. The best thing is to use a serrated knife and kind of go like this.
Just hack it.
Just hack it, okay? It's all crumpled up together. I want to open it, okay? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open it like that. Very simple, and the smaller ones are easier to work with than the bigger ones. I like the flavor of the smaller ones.
Yeah, they're more tender, right?
They're more tender.
Yeah.
The longer ones take longer, and sometimes they don't even mature. They don't get soft enough. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open it systematically until I end up with a cup, basically. That's what I want.
That's why my mom has serious gains. She always had good biceps growing up, and she never went to the gym. Because if you see my mom, she's always like, I remember her as a kid, really getting physical with the food. Okay. You always had the nicest biceps, Mom. Seriously.
So now, this melon baller works very good. If you don't have one, you could use maybe the ice cream scoop. I don't know.
That's a good
idea.
idea.
Or even the one for the mahshi, the stuffed zucchini. Anything that will scrape it off. Anything with a sharp, because I find this has a sharp edge and it will scrape off. And what are we gonna scrape off? We're gonna scrape off this fuzzy inside that is not edible.
Yeah, don't eat that stuff, folks.
See, I'm gonna scrape it all, you know, and dig in and scrape it out. See, if you look at it, it's all fuzzy. See that fuzzy stuff? We don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
So now I end up with something that looks like a cup. It's perfect for stuffing. Okay, look at this beautiful cup, and it doesn't.
Very nice.
It doesn't hurt you, and it has a, you know, the make sure that the bottom is straight so it sits in the pot. Okay, so now this colors very quickly. I'm gonna put it in water, and I'm gonna add some lemon juice right away, or vinegar, or whatever you want, you know. But you need some kind of acidity to stop the discoloration. So now I'm gonna keep doing that until I do 4 of them. Usually I make like 8 of them, but this time we're making 4 of them. If you want to make 8, then just double the recipe.
All right, we're gonna do the innards, so to speak. I mean, the stuffing for the artichokes. It's very simple. We start with a half a cup of rice that we've soaked for about, what, half an hour?
This is California. It's not the long grain.
It's short grain?
Short grain.
Short grain rice.
Then I use about tablespoon and a half of butter.
Melted butter. We use that because the rice doesn't clump inside. It stays separated when you add the butter to it.
Yeah, and it gives a good flavor.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the meat.
It's 3/4 cup of diced lamb that we're adding to the rice. We're gonna stuff the artichokes.
So now you put inside of each one a little bit of salt.
A little salt inside, season the inside. Let's do that. I could do that, no problem. Okay, now we're going to add the spices to the meat and rice. So we have some salt to taste.
The meat, if you feel like, if somebody doesn't like lamb, that's fine. If they like beef, that's fine.
Okay.
Whatever they
You
like,
can add
it's
ground
fine.
turkey, ground chicken.
I've even done it with chicken thighs.
Yeah,
It
why
tastes
not?
Delicious.
So just make sure you cut them up in small cubes though.
Yeah.
So we have a teaspoon of allspice because we use allspice in everything, and it's not a bunch of spices, it's just one spice. It's a half a teaspoon of turmeric because we love turmeric, the medicinal properties and the color. And then some lemon pepper. How much lemon pepper, Mom?
About a teaspoon and a half.
Teaspoon and a half. That's a lot of lemon pepper, so you don't need pepper.
Teaspoon
And a half.
Yeah.
And how much minced garlic?
About teaspoon and a half too.
Teaspoon and a half of minced garlic. So that's about 2 or 3 cloves of minced garlic, depending on how much garlic you like. All right.
Okay, and so we stir it. Now we stir it. Stir it.
Okay.
Now you stir it.
Stir it up. And this is the simple stuffing for the artichokes. And again, if you don't want to stuff artichokes with this mix, you can also stuff bell peppers, you can core out tomatoes.
And now we're gonna divide the stuffing into these 4 artichokes. So I just divided it so we could stuff them equally. So I'm gonna take this one, and as you see, perfect.
Oh
See?
wow, how did you know it was gonna fit just right?
Well,
That's crazy.
experience.
Yeah, very. You just know. Okay, so you put them in a small pot, and you add some water to it too, right? To
Yeah.
cook.
Yeah. I'm adding chicken broth
Okay.
to give it extra flavor.
Okay.
And I'm gonna add 2 cups of
Chicken broth?
Chicken broth.
2 cups of
Now,
chicken
if you
broth.
don't want chicken broth, that's fine. You could omit it, no problem.
You could use vegetable broth too.
And you could use vegetable broth if you want, definitely. And I'm gonna put them in a pot, touching each other so they don't kind of dance around. And I'm gonna add some salt. Add salt, Blanche.
To just the whole thing.
Yeah, to the bottom
to
of the
the
pot
bottom.
here.
Okay, here we go.
Because it's already salt at the top.
All right. Salt.
Okay,
About lemon
and I'm
juice.
gonna add a little bit of lemon juice too.
So that's
To
juice
stop
of
the-
what? Juice of a
About
half a lemon?
Half a lemon, yes.
Juice of half a lemon.
And I'm gonna add enough hot water. Where's the hot water?
Okay.
To cover up to here.
Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
All right.
Okay. And now I'm gonna let it boil a little bit.
Okay. And then once it
And
boils, you
What is
cover
the
and
cover?
simmer.
No, cover it now. So it'll
Okay.
boil faster.
Once you boil it, you cover and simmer. This side artichokes, they're pretty large. They're gonna take about 45 minutes to cook. If you buy bigger artichokes, it might take an hour. If they're smaller, it could take slightly less time. Halfway through cooking, to infuse more flavor into the rice, you could take the cooking liquid and add it to the top. And that way it'll keep the rice moist and infuse flavor throughout the cooking process. Mom, these look as beautiful as I remember them growing up. Just as gorgeous. Look at them. It's like a work of art. They're almost too pretty to eat.
I know. Now we have to show them how you eat that. There's an art to eat.
Okay.
You know that?
Yes.
Okay, so take it out like that. Okay. And you start with each leaf, and they're so easy to get
Take
out.
off, yeah.
And you kind of dip it in any kind of dressing you like, any kind of vinaigrette. And then you see this part here, you suck on it with your teeth.
Yeah.
That's it. And you throw
Awesome.
away the rest.
Perfect.
That's what you do.
So that's how I used to eat it as a kid. First I start with the outside, and then after I finish the outside, then I move toward the rice.
The inside.
The inside. Oh wow, look at that. That's beautiful. And so what you do is you could either eat it together with the artichoke.
This is the delicious
Or
part.
what I used to do is eat all the rice and then take this artichoke part and dip that into the dressing. And that was like the money one.
Yeah.
That was like and the funny thing is my sister never liked that part, which is my favorite. So I would give her extra rice and she'd give me the artichoke part because she didn't like the bottom. Now she likes it, of course, now that she's grown up. But
And now she loves it.
yeah, so you could see how tender, because it's been cooking in that wonderful chicken broth. It's infused all the flavor inside the bottom
If
of
you
the
want,
artichoke,
you
and you
put
can
it
dip it into
in the dressing. if
into
you
the
want.
dressing,
You don't
too.
have to. I like to mix it with the rice.
Here, go for it. You like to mix it with the rice, right? Isn't that delicious?
So buttery.
Yeah, it's got this nice buttery
Try it.
texture.
So
It's
buttery.
fantastic. Well, I'm just gonna say thank you so much, Mom, for sharing this recipe. And of course, we've got all these recipes in our arsenal right here on Feast in the Middle East. All you have to do is subscribe. It's free, the recipes are free. And if you want to show support for us and all of our hard work on this channel, free to get our Feast in the Middle East cookbook, just go to feastinthemiddleeast.com. It's over 100 pages. It's a hardback book with gorgeous photos that I took, and I'm really excited to share this book with all the people that have been demanding a cookbook to go along with this show series. So enjoy, try out the artichokes. Tell me in the comments, guys, are you willing to give it a try? Are you willing to break through that fear and grab those artichokes from the store and put them to good use? Turn them into something magical and artistic like my mom always manages to do. So thank you so much, Mom.
You're
Love you so
welcome.
much.
Love you too.
And until next time, enjoy and sahtin.
So
Wow,
good.
it is buttery, Mom. Just like you said. Yeah. There's a nice bite right there. This is like a double-decker bite. Oh wow, that's incredible. That is so good.